With $40 billion in assets under management as of mid-year, I want to bring in General Catalyst CEO Hemant Taneja. And this is so interesting and a bit confusing, I'm not going to lie. So nvidia is making an investment in a customer. Doesn't that kind of create this circular, roundabout way where money's just flowing back and forth? Is that good business, do you think?
Cheryl, first of all, thanks for having me. Look, I think it's interesting. If you look at the AI space in general, all the margin goes to NVIDIA for the most part. So I think they're actually reinvesting some of that margin to fund the companies on top and get them to keep scaling, with the idea that at some point, a lot of these businesses are going to be very profitable as AI takes hold in a more mainstream way. You know, look at companies like OpenAI. OpenAI's got a great business on the ChatGPT side, but they're also funding research. And at some point, these numbers are so large, venture capital industry can't fund it. I think you need large pools of capital, and NVIDIA is trying to accelerate the space. So there is a little bit of a round tripping there, but I think it's to catalyze the space.
As with other large companies in the tech sector, they're all chasing AI and these chips.
It's the big prize.
But do you worry about, especially with China and the moves they're making against NVIDIA, accusing them, NVIDIA, of basically illegal activities? I mean, things that just make no sense. All NVIDIA wants to do is sell chips to the Chinese. Chinese are making it near impossible. So this war of words can become a war of sales if you...
Some of it is posturing, but we have to take China seriously. I don't think they're that far behind, and all the investment they're making behind Huawei, it's going to catch up. So the main thing to me is we should be having a posture where we're selling our chips everywhere in the world and getting it locked in the industries the companies where we want to do business, so that we have the market share there before the Chinese catch up.
You think we're in a bubble with AI?
We are in a bubble. Bubbles are good, though. I think bubbles align capital and talent into the market. There's parts of AI that are working really well, and then there's a lot where there's experimentation, and I think we will have losses there. But in the end, I think it's a tremendous market opportunity.
One of the things that you're doing at your company, which is interesting, is you're looking at, I'm assuming, acquiring, purchasing companies that can be transformed with AI. Existing companies that either have the infrastructure or maybe it's a business choice. You tell me. What is your criteria for what kind of companies that you buy, invest in, et cetera?
Yeah. So first of all, look, AI is one of those technologies where November 22, ChatGPT is launched. Every CEO in every industry in every country is thinking about, what do I do with this technology? So hit the zeitgeist from a business perspective, immediately. And the reality is, it gets applied to all those industries. You can actually make a difference in almost every industry with AI. One of the places where we start to focus is, well, AI is a transformative force. So companies that already have customers and data, using AI to transform them and translate, frankly, a lot of their labor costs into AI productivity is a huge opportunity. So we've focused heavily on helping companies that got built off of the offshore labor arbitrage and transformed them into AI productivity companies.
It's interesting because Jerome Powell spoke earlier today, and he was asked about AI, and does that lead to job losses? Maybe not his wheelhouse, but he addressed it as best he could. At the same time, do you think that is going to be an issue for the employment picture out there? We've got pressure right now with regards to the jobs picture, especially here in the U.S. Do you think that AI is going to be a job killer, to be frank?
Listen, it's interesting. There was this whole conversation about the H-1Bs, which is only 85,000 jobs a year. But if you look at what technologies in AI are doing, like Cloud Code and others, your entry-level programmer, you can actually just have AI do that work today. So that is a pretty material impact.
I'm glad you brought up the H-1B visa issue, though, because $100,000, Amazon's not going to blink, or Meta, or Alphabet, but small businesses are. That is a very big chunk of change for a smaller business that needs that tech talent to bring in, and they've got to import that tech talent.
I think it's such an important point. I do think we have to make sure we don't disadvantage the small companies in the way we think about our immigration policies.
Well, would you want to suggest changes? Do you think that they need to maybe kind of revisit this issue? I know it's a brand new announcement from the administration.
I think it is being looked at, and let's see where it settles down. But when you think of the founder community, they're talking about, hey, if the costs are so high, we may have to open offices in other countries that are in the same time zone and hire people there, as opposed to being able to afford funding H-1B entry-level costs.
Well, Hemant Taneja, it's great to have you on set, and it's just an ever-evolving space. Yeah, every day something new.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, appreciate you coming in.